Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast News. I am Oinita. First, let me run you through the top headlines in today morning's The Sentinel. First, of course, is the news from the Education Department. The state government has declared 382 educational institutes at various levels as provincialized. This would benefit 3,980 teachers in the first phase. In fact, this particular move has come after a gap of 6 years. The decision to provincialize educational institutes, and that to as many as 382 in the first phase, has happened after a gap of 6 years. In fact, the last one that took place was way back in 2014. Now, the second list is expected to be announced by November this year. The beneficiaries will enjoy the benefits from January 1st, 2021. So it will be a wonderful beginning to the new year for most of the teachers of these schools, educational institutes, which have been provincialized by the government of Assam. Now, announcing this, State Education Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma informed the media about several other key decisions related to this sector. These are the visuals from the press conference that the minister held yesterday evening. And about some of the key decisions, here is what he said: that the government has provincialized 197 high schools, 9 higher secondary schools, 149 senior secondary schools, which means junior colleges, and 27 colleges. The list will be available in the department's website, while 3,049 teachers will be benefited at the school level, including those in the provincialized junior colleges. 931 others will enjoy the benefits at the college level, which also include those 690 teachers who were left out in the earlier provincialization processes. So that's a really big positive news coming out there. Really good news for the teachers of schools and colleges. Now, there was another important announcement that was made in that particular press conference yesterday, which was that under the Pragya Bharati scheme of the state government, free scooters will be given to each of the 22,000 girl students who secured the first division in the last higher secondary examination. Now, this the distribution of the vehicles will be done from within October 15th this year. That is what the minister had announced yesterday. Each scooty will cost between 52,000 to 55,000 rupees. The tenders for the sale will be floated soon, the minister informed. So there were a few more important announcements in that press conference. That one was about the teachers' recruitment. The minister said that 7,440 vacant posts of graduate teachers at the high school level will be filled up. So that and advertisements will be floated by the second week of September. So all those people, please look out for the advertisements across media platforms, across newspapers, across the TV channels. So just look out for the advertisements. There will be recruitment for 7,440 vacant posts. Now, also the graduate student seats, each of the colleges in Assam will have to increase 25% seat capacity at the degree level to accommodate students who clear the uh, Assam Higher Secondary Education Council Class 12 exam this year. So that is another announcement that came out during that press conference. In fact, now keeping the COVID situation in mind and the fact that there would be Nam Kirtans, the prayers that are held in Vaishnavite temples across Assam, because uh, the lunar month of Bhadar, this is one particular month considered auspicious and holy by the by most people here in Assam, and lot of prayers are held in the Namghars, as it is called, the Vaishnavite temples. across the state of Assam, the Hatras. So the minister has requested the management and committees of all these Hatras and numbers to maintain that at any given point of time, the gathering does not exceed 10 to 15 people. Of course, this is entirely keeping in mind the COVID situation across the state. The situation definitely does not look good as far as the COVID numbers are concerned, because the total number in Assam has gone up to 82,201. The number of deaths stand at 203. Active cases, 23,701. The number of discharged patients stands at 58,294. In fact, the figure of 82,000 plus overshoots the central government's estimates of about 65,000. That is what the Union Health Ministry had informed the state government some time back. In fact, there was a message that was sent out to the state government, to Assam government, saying that the Assam will see cases at around 65,000 by August, and the state should be prepared. And clearly, here it has overshot that particular number, and have to compliment the state government for the way they have been able to handle the growing number of COVID cases across the state. Meanwhile, there's some good news as far as the COVID situation is concerned, in the fact that the Guwahati Medical College and Hospital has been enlisted for the second phase of clinical trial with respect to COVID-19 vaccines. So, the Health Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma informed that the Indian Council of Medical Research started a sero survey across Guwahati from August 16th. It will find out the exact number of people affected by COVID 19 in the city. Another survey will start in the city from August 19th, that is today. It will try to find out as to whether the pandemic curve has spread to other areas from the earlier affected ones. So that's what the ICMR is planning to do as far as the COVID cases in the city is concerned. So though the numbers have been rising, one fact that we definitely cannot ignore is that the recovery rate stands at 71.20, pretty decent recovery rate, as far as the COVID cases in the state is concerned. And the tests conducted so far stands at 17,75,403. So that could be another reason why we see the numbers rising, because the number of tests that the Assam government has been doing, the state health department has been conducting, has gone up significantly, and that is something that the government has been doing very consciously, a very conscious decision taken by the state health department, led by the health minister, Mr. Himanta Biswa Sharma. Now, moving on to some about that interruption there. Welcome back. Let me run you through the other news in today morning's daily. The National Green Tribunal, the principal bench of the National Green Tribunal, has directed the chairman and the member secretary of the Assam State Pollution Control Board to be personally present before the bench on September 17th. In fact, the National Green Tribunal has issued notices to the State Pollution Control Board. This is with reference to a petition filed by this is with reference to a petition filed against Oil India Limited. The bench has also directed the respondent advocate to ensure that the report of the case is filed on this date that the bench set for as the next date of hearing. The NGT bench is headed by Justice S.P. Wangi, judicial member, and Dr. Nagin Nanda, the expert member. This principal bench of NGT, in its order on August 13th, has taken exception to non-appearance of Assam State Pollution Control Board despite notice being served during the hearing of a petition filed by Bimal Gogoi against Oil India Limited pertaining to the issuance of environmental clearance granted on May 11th this year in favor of Oil India Limited for drilling 7 wells for hydrocarbon exploration. So a notice being issued to the State Pollution Control Board and the NGT asking the chairman and member secretary to be present personally before the court on the 17th of September. So those are some of the headlines on the page 1 of today morning's the Sentinel. Now let's go across to news from other states of Northeast. Good news for the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Uh, Bollywood director Amar Kaushik, he has decided to shoot his next movie in Arunachal Pradesh, uh, and he in fact met Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu and informed him about the shooting that he plans to do in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Kaushik apparently grew up in Arunachal Pradesh, and he said that he plans to have the majority of cast and crew for his next film from the state. So that is the tweet from Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu, uh, you know, kind of thanking there Mr. Kaushik for his decision to shoot his next movie there in this beautiful state of Arunachal Pradesh, and also the fact that majority of his cast and crew would be from the state of Arunachal Pradesh. So some of the films which have been directed by Mr. Kaushik includes Abba, this was a release of 2017, Stree, a 2018 release, and Bala, a 2019 release. So of course, Northeast has been able to attract quite a few uh, Bollywood actors, directors, producers. In fact, Shillong has been a hot favorite for a very long time. And as far as our own film industry is concerned, the region has been producing some extremely fabulous films which have been doing very well, not just nationally but even in the international film arena. So now let me give you an update on the COVID situation in the states of Arunachal Pradesh and Meghalaya. As far as Arunachal Pradesh is concerned, 40 new cases have been detected from across the state of Arunachal Pradesh. The number of recoveries till date stands at 1,112. Samples tested in the state stands at 1,27,286. Pretty impressive given the kind of terrain that Arunachal Pradesh is. Now, the total caseload as on Tuesday stands at 2,741. So that is, in fact, the update from as far as COVID is concerned in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. The state's recovery rate has improved to 69.06%. Moving to Meghalaya, 39 new cases have been detected in Meghalaya. The state has seen recoveries there the number stands at 685. So that is the update as far as COVID is concerned. In fact, that is all that I have for all of you this morning, this Wednesday morning. So thank you so much for joining me this morning for the breakfast news with the Sentinel. Viewers, do not forget to log into sentinelSN.com for all the news and updates. Like always, we will continue to keep you updated with the latest that happens across the state, the region, the nation, and the world. And also, do find all our stories and video stories on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter and Instagram. Do not forget to follow us and subscribe to us on all of these platforms as well. Thank you once again for joining me this morning. Till we meet again, it's a goodbye. Take care. Stay safe.